Hello, dear students. Hope you are doing good. As you are aware, we are discussing our constitution from chapter 1. In that, till now, we have successfully done with the salient features of Indian constitution, fundamental rights by dividing part 1 and part 2. And today, we will going to learn about fundamental duties. Okay. Before talking about the theory, what your book tells, I wanted to tell somewhat background of your fundamental duties. Okay. So these fundamental duties are also known as sanctionless duties. Okay. Sanctionless duties. And fundamental duties are the morals and principles which tell us the way in which we should act to uphold the unity of our country. That is what fundamental duty is. Okay. And okay, if I go back about this introduction part of this fundamental duty, in 1975, national emergency was imposed by Srimati Indira Gandhi, then Prime Minister of India, by using Article 352. She advised President Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad to impose the national emergency. After that, on 25th June 1975, suddenly overnight emergency was imposed all over the India. And before this also, emergency was imposed two times. One in 1962 during the India-China War, and another one in 1971 India-Pak War. And uh, make you know that time while emergency, no individuals used to left with any rights and freedom. Even newspapers, before the news could be published, it was endorsed by the Information and Broadcasting Ministry. The emergency period was which lasted till 2 years from 1975 to 1977, and this period is these 2 years are called as darkest period of our India's freedom and democracy. While this period, the government used its power to the most and introduced the major changes in the constitution. So, among these changes, we look today about that one big change which was made to the fundamental duties we will discuss in this class. And what we have to remember is originally in our constitution there was there was only fundamental rights. Fundamental duties was not even in a frame. Okay. So this there is one committee by name Sardar Swarna Singh Committee. Okay, so this committee suggested these fundamental duties, and then the Congress government accepted the recommendations of this Sardar Swarna Singh Committee. Okay, and the government came with the 42nd Amendment Act 1976. This particular 42nd Amendment 1976 is called itself as mini constitution. Okay. And uh, okay, when I come about the theory, okay, what your book tells, They tell that these fundamental duties and fundamental rights are the two faces of the same single coin. Okay, rights without the duties have no value, or it have no significance. Okay, earlier there were 10 fundamental duties which were included in the 4A chapter, Article 51A, with the 42nd Amendment to the Constitution, and later 86th Amendment in 2002. They have added another one fundamental duty, which makes 11 fundamental duty. Okay, so those 11 fundamental duties we will going to discuss one by one. Okay, first fundamental duty is to respect the Constitution, national flag, and the national anthem. Okay, every citizen of our nation, he must and should respect the Constitution and national flag and national anthem. What happens when I talk about particularly national flag after this Independence Day and the Republic Day? Okay, whatever the paper flags we use, okay, we throw it in garbage or dustbins. Here and there we throw and disrespect to the national flag. That should not be happen. Okay. In the Indian constitutional constitution itself, they have mentioned respecting the national flag is one of the foremost duty of a citizen who get born in our country. Because simultaneously he or she need to respect the national anthem as well as the Indian constitution. That is the first fundamental duty. When I move to the second one, so second fundamental duty talks to follow the noble ideals that inspired our national struggle for the freedom. Like there were many freedom fighters, they have given their own statements in the national struggle for the freedom. Like if I take the best example, our Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, he has given a statement like, "Give me a blood, I will give you a freedom." Like such a noble ideas. Okay, uh, we have to follow. Okay, and we have to get inspired from those noble ideas and thoughts. That is the second fundamental duty. When I come to the third fundamental duty is every citizen strive to protect the integrity of India. It talks about integrity, maintaining the integrity of India. Okay. India is a country where couple of religions are living together, like Hinduism, Sikhism, Christianity, Sikhism, Jewish. Uh, okay, all these people live together, and finally they say we belongs to our India, and India belongs to us. That's why every citizen of India he has to protect the integrity of India. And fourth one is very important to defend the motherland when called upon to do so. Okay, whenever there is a necessary, okay, necessary of the uh, armies, okay, necessary of the citizens on the borders, okay, every citizen of India, he or she should be ready for that. Okay, if in the midnight also, if a government calls the citizen for the war, they should get ready and they should be there. Okay, so that is also one of the right. A fifth one is to promote the spirit of common brotherhood among the people of India, and disown those rituals that go against the dignity of woman. Here, all the people like Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, okay, Jewish, okay, everyone, they have to live like a brothers. Okay, there should not be a discrimination among the people in the name of the religion. Okay, so every religion citizens have the equal right on this particular motherland, and they should one of the fundamental duty is we have to learn to live like a brothers and sisters with other religion people. And here it talks about the respecting the dignity of the women's. Next one is, next duty of every citizen is to preserve our rich heritage. Okay. So heritage which comes from our ancestors, they have struggled a lot to keep this heritage or to build this heritage. And today uh, I have seen there are many peoples, okay, they are not respecting our heritage, and they are scratching with the pen or they are scratching with the stones on the monuments. So that will be affecting our heritage, okay, where we are not preserving today's heritage for our next generation. Okay, so if I take the best example in our Karnataka's UNESCO World Heritage Site Hampi group of monuments, in the complex of Vijayavitala temple, there were musical pillars. Okay, but what happened later is when the people have started to use that particular heritage uh, musical pillars with the big stones, sticks, and that thing, that has lost its originality, and now that particular building has collapsed. So until and unless we respect our heritage, okay, it is very difficult to protect for the next generation. That's why it is everyone's duty who have got born in India to preserve our rich heritage for the next generation. Next, seventh one is, this is also one of the duty, fundamental duty, to protect and develop the environment. Every citizen have to work for the protecting and developing the environment. Like he or she has to protect the forests, lakes, rivers, and the wildlife. Okay, and every citizen they have to show the compassion to the animals. That is the seventh duty. When I come to the eighth, to develop the scientific temper and the spirit of inquiry. Here, it talks about the scientific temper. Okay, here he talks about the exactness. Here he talks about the giving work to the minds. Okay, like everyone, if something there is a matter. Okay, if on the particular topic you have to think who, how, why, what, when, and where. All these questions need to come in your mind. Okay, you should develop. Every citizen of India, he should develop the scientific temper. Okay? So that is also one of the duty, and he or she should have the spirit of inquiry. Until and unless you ask the questions and doubts, you will not enhance your knowledge. Okay. So whenever you are having the small and big doubts, you should clear with the respected teachers or respected people belongs to that particular thing. Okay. The ninth one is to safeguard the public property and abstain from the violence. Okay, it is the duty of every citizens protecting the public properties like railway stations, bus stands, buses, government hospitals, government office. Because when we are talking about public property, that is ours property. Okay, whatever the income tax we are paying to the government, from that money they are building the bus stand, they are building the railway stations, they are building the government hospitals. Whenever we go to these places, we have to consider this is my vehicle, this is my place, this is my hospital, like that. Okay, and in the violence, one should not harm these properties, and if somebody is harming, then it is duty of every citizens to protect these places from harming. Okay, so that is the ninth one. Then when you move to the 10th, okay, to strive towards the excellence in all space of individual and collective activities. Every citizen of India, okay, who get born in our respective country, they should work, okay, towards the achieving the excellence, like one should struggle to get the medals in the Olympics, Asian Games, like this. Okay, so when you participate single or collectively in a group, when you bring the medals, it is a nation pride. Okay, so you, that is also one of the fundamental duty of a citizen. Okay, striving towards the excellence. Then last one is the parents or the guardians should provide an opportunity for the education to their children from the age of 6 to 14. Okay, so this particular 11th fundamental duty has been added in around 2002. Okay, so this fundamental duty, it is for the parents or the guardians. Okay, for providing the education for children who are between 6 to 14. Okay, irrespective of boy or a girl. Okay. So these are all the fundamental duties where every respective citizen of this country, he has to look after towards that. Okay, again, uh, unlike the fundamental rights, there is no protection from a court of law with regard to the fundamental duties. Okay, however, there will be punishment under law for those who violate these particular duties. Okay, so this was the class on fundamental duties. Okay, if there are any doubts and questions belongs to this topic or out of this topic, I will be happy to answer. See you in next class, guys. Till then, take care. Bye bye.